Good evening to all and welcome to the session. Before we go to the actual session, I would like to talk about the new batches, top educators, top batches, a quick look. I'm sorry. Top educators, top batches, a quick look. SSC CGL complete batch, SSC CGL and CHSL complete batch. Then we have SSC CHSL complete batch, SSC CPO complete batch on general studies, SSC MTS, AIM SSC stenographer complete batch, Delhi Police Constable complete batch. Iconic features: one ask a doubt, the other one raise hand, and test series you don't have to pay. SSC Combat Mega Combat on 30th January. You can win scholarship from a pool of 1 crore, and all that you have to do answer 60 questions in 60 minutes. This combat is based on questions from previous year's papers. Use my referral code Murthy10, you get that 10% discount. All set, let's crack it. Today I have brought questions based on fillers, a lot of questions. Have a look at the first one and try to find the correct, appropriate word. He himself a stiff drink before making a statement to the police officer. So, what is the correct word over here? Good evening, Aman. Try to choose the correct option. He himself a stiff drink before making a statement to the police officer. Not exactly a sip, that is not the correct word. Chandu. Look at the options carefully. Answer is the second option. That's right, Bharat. He poured himself a stiff drink before making his statement to the police officer. It is not true. You cannot throw the drink. Filled himself also can be used. He filled himself, but he filled something, not himself. It should be a container. And sipped does not go with this context. And you cannot use a reflexive pronoun. Answer is the second option. Question number 2. It was his that led him to penury. Penury means lack of money, lack of wealth, poverty. So, what is the correct word over here? It was his. Something led to his penury. What is that? Flamboyance, flamboyant nature means what? Show off. If you try to show off, exhibit, you don't lose your wealth. So, it is not the answer. Arrogance, being very proud, you don't lose your wealth. Extravagance, answer is the third option. Ebullience means being cheerful and enthusiastic or always lively. So that is not the answer. Extravagant, you should also think of the word lavish and also the word spendthrift. What is the doubt? Please go ahead. Rottweiler. Here It was his extravagance that led him to penury. The word extravagant, lavish, spendthrift, all these words talk about a person spending his money without thinking. If a person thinks and spends carefully, we use words like economical, frugal. There's another word, thrifty. You have to recollect these words. Please ask your doubt, Rottweiler. Whatever your doubt, go ahead. Ask your doubt. Please go to question number 3. Question number 3 is easy. You can answer based on elimination approach. Yes, Kaushar, you're there. Very good, within no time. But how do you here elimination approach? Gita was known to be someone, so nobody entrusted any important work to her. Nobody entrusted any important work to her. Joker does not go with the workplace. Work means office, workplace. If she is a good worker, why will they avoid? Nobody entrusted. That does not make any sense. Shocker, not relevant. Answer is the fourth option. Yes, Bharat, you're right. Kaushal, you're right. And yes, of course, Chandu, you got it right. It means a person who is not serious about work, who avoids work. So, fourth option is the answer. The statue was so that people stared at it in horror. All of you, please remember when it comes to fillers, you have to use your grammar knowledge, vocabulary, word power, and also contextual awareness. You should understand the context. The statue was so that people stared at it in horror. That means what the context is negative, not positive. Then you cannot use a positive word like exquisite, beatific, cumbersome. Cumbersome means heavy. Here it does not go with the context. Answer is the first option. Grotesque means what? Something different, weird, strange, abnormal, aberrant, something that is not normal. Answer is the first option. Very good. No, exquisite means beautifully made. That's a positive word. Beautifully made. It goes with paintings and sculptures. That is not the answer. Answer is the first option. In horror, based on the word horror, you have to choose the appropriate word. That's what I call understanding the context. First, read, understand the context. He was caught red handed and could not the charges. Caught red handed. He was caught red handed means what? That is an idiomatic expression. Get caught in the act of doing. Someone who is doing something bad or negative, that time he is caught. Then we say he was caught red handed. Yes, Chandu, you got it right. And Rajput, here you can consider two words. Rebuke means scold, not correct. Revoke, cancel, not correct. Either refuse or refute. But here there's a context talks about charges, some charges against someone. Then we cannot use the word refuse. Refute the charges means deny the charges. Appropriate word is refute, not refuse. That's why I said when it comes to fillers, you got to be very careful. Every word you have to respect, understand the context. Yes, Kaushar, refute is the right word. Unhappy about the treatment meted out to her. Mete out, met with, the way she was treated. Shanti demanded justice. This again you got to read very carefully. Not easy. You should understand the context. That is very important. No one has answered. Unhappy about the treatment meted out to her, Shanti demanded justice. How? Ask the question how. It cannot be sumptuously. This goes with food. Voraciously. Voracious means a lot, greedily. It goes with eating. It goes with reading. Spasmodic means irregular, at irregular intervals. That is not the answer. Vociferously. Answer is the fourth option. Means very strongly. Answer is the fourth option. Not the first one, not the second one, not the third one. Vociferous means very clear, loud, demanding, very strong, emphatically. Please go to question number 7. The police sprayed tear gas on the protesters. The police did something. What did they do? They sprayed tear gas. Answer the question on whom? On the protesters. Ask the question how? Indirectly, intensively, indifferently, indiscriminately. Yes, Kaushal, you got it right. Here, the police sprayed tear gas indirectly. You cannot use that word. Intensive, extensive, not relevant here. Indifferently means no emotions, no feelings, not relevant. Indiscriminately means what? Randomly. Indiscriminate means randomly. Answer is the fourth option. Very good. When Bharat has got it right, Rajput got it right. Question number 8. We are happy to the receipt of your order number 4071 dated 13/3/96. This is a standard expression that goes with business communication. Very good. Who is this? Anisha, first one to respond. Let others also respond, then I will say whether it is right or wrong. We are happy to admit, we are happy to accept, happy to acknowledge, happy to respond. Yes, answer is the third option. Context talks about the receipt of your order, business context, and you have to acknowledge. You all must be knowing acknowledgement card. So we are happy to acknowledge, not admit, not accept, not respond. It's a standard combination, word combination based on the context. All jobs are respectable of their nature, irrelevant, immaterial, irresponsible, irrespective. This is again not difficult. You should be able to answer. Yes, Kausha, first one to respond. What about others? Yes, all of you have got it right. Very good. All jobs are respectable, irrespective of their nature. Whatever the nature of work, that doesn't matter. All jobs are respectable. Irrelevant, the word irrelevant is irrelevant. Immaterial, irrelevant. Irresponsible, then you cannot use the word respectable. So correct word is irrespective of their nature. Nadika was musing memories of the past. This could be a little difficult. It is based on a phrasal verb. What is the appropriate preposition? Yes, Anisha is the first one to respond. That's very good. Let others also respond. Yes, answer is the first option. Muse over memories of the past. It is not about, not on, not from. Here you have to recollect. Yes, Murli, you got it right. Chandu also. You have to recollect two important expressions. Brood over. Usually we say don't brood over the past. But when it comes to dwell, we use a preposition on. Don't brood over the past. Don't dwell on the past. Means what? Don't think too much about the past. If these two expressions are very important, do remember. The lame boy. First you answer, then I will give something useful information. The lame boy tried to climb up the staircase without little help does not make any sense. Some, many, not at all relevant. Without any help, simple expression, standard expression, without any help. But here there is one word, lame. One meaning we may say lame boy. Lame boy, here there is a combination, means the one who the one who limps. What is the meaning of the word limp? If you walk properly, no problem. But sometimes you get hurt, you cannot walk properly. Then we say, why are you limping? Lame boy. Another meaning, physically handicapped. Lame means what? Physically handicapped. But another meaning of the word lame, silly. Based on this meaning, we say there's one expression, don't give lame excuses. What does it mean? Don't give lame excuses means don't give silly excuses. A different meaning altogether. Each school has its own set of rules. All good pupils should follow them. Means what? Students, school level, we use that word. No one has responded. Each school has its own set of rules. No, it is not adding information. It is like giving a reason or based on something, something should be done. It cannot be a contrasting word. It is not a choice. Answer is a third option. So, each school has its own set of rules. So, because of that, all good students should follow them. Answer is the third option, not the fourth option. And is used to add information. Here, it is not adding. Rules are there, so you have to follow. I hope you got the context. Answer is the third option, not the fourth option. On my return from a long holiday, I had to, with a lot of work. 13, Bharat, first one to respond. Only, yes, answer is catch up. Catch up means what? To be at the same level. Catch on, make up, take up. No. On my return from a long holiday, I had to catch up with a lot of work. Means I have to do a lot of work and be at the same level. And if he does not do that, what happens? He lags behind. Lag behind means behind a group of people, not at the same level. Only one of the boys not done the homework given yesterday. That was given yesterday. Only one of the boys. That means you are talking about only one. We have to use a singular verb. Have is ruled out. Can, could, not relevant. Only one of the boys has not done the homework that was given yesterday. Answer is the second option. No, no. Second option. Could not done, grammatically not correct. After the helping verb, you cannot use the verb in any other form. You have to use only in bare infinitive, means the basic form without to. Hopes of a settlement depends on the of the discussion. Some of these questions you can answer based on your exposure to the language. Hopes of a settlement depends on. They should have given depend on. The outcome of the discussion. Exactly. It is not the findings. It is not the breakthrough of the discussion. We don't say that. Resolutions also we don't say. Here, discussion, outcome of the discussion. Based on the outcome, there will be a hope. Hopes of the settlement, of a settlement, depend on the outcome of the discussion. This is a good one. We must avail ourselves every opportunity that comes our way. There is a clue for you. You have to recollect, avail, a reflexive verb, and it takes a preposition of. We must avail ourselves of every opportunity that comes in our way. Answer is the first option. No, no, it is not the second one, not the third one, not the fourth one. Avail of, avail yourself of an opportunity. Then you have to recollect the reflexive verbs, most important ones. Enjoy, avail, absent, avenge, revenge, pride. These are some of the examples, verbs you have to recollect. They're very important from the exam point of view. Enjoy, they have given many a time. This is an important one, though it is based on a rule. If you are aware of the rule, easy to answer. You're not aware of the rule, you cannot answer. All of you remember rule based, easy. Context based, difficult. Based on the context, you have to spot the error, not easy. Based on a rule, you have to spot the error, very easy. Here, there's a clause, it is time. Whenever you use the clauses, it is time or it is high time, you have to use a verb in the past form. Based on that, this is ruled out. This is ruled out present perfect. This is ruled out future. Only one verb is in past. Exactly. Very good. Who is, oh, Shivam, you are here. Pleasant surprise. You're right. It is time we acted with determination. It should be in the past form. When the thief entered the house, something happened. What happened here? The thief entered the house. That is in past tense. The inmates, usually this goes with jail, it goes with hospital. We use a word inmates. Something happened, for that we should use past tense. Something was going on that time, for that we should use past continuous. Based on that, when the thief entered the house, the inmates were sleeping in the hall. It is a good evening. It is a combination of past tense plus past continuous tense. The first use of past continuous tense. When something happened in the past, something else was going on. For something happened, we use past tense. At that time, something was going on, we use past continuous tense. In many, no problem. Better late than never. There's a popular saying. What is it? Better late than never. Now let us go to question number 19. 700 men worked for 10 years to Borobudur temple in Java to its former glory. Word should have been here. What is the appropriate word? Okay. Here, there is a clue for you. What is it? It talks about a temple. When it comes to something abstract, intangible, we use revive the old standards. Here we cannot use the word revive, create, give, no. Restore the temple to its former glory. Restore, because it's a temple. That's right. No, it is not revive, it is restore, based on the context. Yes, the thief explained how he, from the jail, here there's a clue for you. Explained, verb is in the past. No, no. Answer is a second option. What is the reason? The thief explained, here there is a verb in past. Then here you should use, it comes under narration. You should use one tense back. The tenses go to a corresponding past tense. Change to a corresponding past tense. Based on that, the thief explained how he had escaped. This is ruled out, this is ruled out. Between past and past perfect, you have to choose past perfect. How he had escaped from the jail. He described, he told us how he had escaped from the jail. Past changes to past perfect. Answer is the second option. He held, this is a nice question, but how many of you do that? I really wonder. He held to the books passionately. Passion, a lot of interest, a lot of enthusiasm. Context is crystal clear, something positive. You cannot use in, you cannot use off, you cannot use away. Answer is the first one. He held on to the books passionately. Hold on to something. Past, held on to something. In this context, books. He has no recommendations. Understand the context always. He has no recommendations whatsoever. He will get the job. That is a contrasting situation. So you have to look for a contrasting word. Which one is that? Yes, Bharat. Shivam. 22. Question number 22. Bharat has answered. Yes. Shivam also. Here, contrasting situation. He has no recommendations whatsoever, and there is a possibility of that person getting the job. Based on that, we have to choose a contrasting word. Whereas also expresses contrast, but you cannot use in this context. Whatever, whatsoever ruled out. Answer is the very first option. However, he will get, however, the job. But generally, we say he has no recommendations, however, he will get the job. You can also say he will, however, get the job. No problem. Exactly, adverb of contrast. There is only one member who has not paid his. This is a little tricky. And he has promised to pay before the end of this month. Understand the context. Here you cannot use the word honorarium, you cannot use the word allowance. It should be either a remittance or subscription. Yes. Oh, only two students have answered. I hope I'm giving enough time. Yes. Here you cannot use the word subscription. What is the reason? Subscription goes with a magazine, newspaper, or a channel. Now we say channel. Context does not talk about that. Based on that, we have to use the word remittance. There is only one member who has not paid his remittance, and he has promised to pay before the end of this month. Perfect. Very good. You all have got it right. This is also a little tricky. You got to be careful. He was an. Use your grammar knowledge, but all begin with a vowel letter, vowel sound. You have to decide based on the second word. Careful. I put a star mark means you got to be careful, not an easy question. Here you can consider eligible bachelor, we say. Eligible swimmer, we don't say. We old swimmer. It is not about an old swimmer, it talks about a positive context, then negative. This is ruled out. You can consider able swimmer. You can also consider expert swimmer. Now you have to decide between the second and the fourth. Is it the stream or is it the current? It is not the stream. Here, current, many students may think one meaning of current, power. What is the other meaning of the word current? Movement of water. Movement of water. Water currents. Have you heard of this any time? The water current is very strong. Don't get into water. Based on that, answer is the fourth option. Only a few have chosen the fourth option. That is perfect. Here, water current. Current means what? Water current, not power. Power does not go with this context. Water current means the force of water. The force of water. We use the word current. Very good. Fine. The teacher gives many examples to the idea contained in the poem. This is again, you got to read very carefully. The teacher gives many examples to do what? The idea contained in the poem. Bring about, cause to happen, not relevant here. Bring out, you can consider. Bring forth, you can consider. Bring in, no. Introduce, no. It is not correct. It should be either the fourth one or the third one. Will you say bring forth or bring out? It should be the third option, not the fourth option. Bring forth means the same, bring out. Answer should be the better expression, third option. Bring out nothing wrong, but which one is a better expression? Yes, of course, bring out, I'm saying nothing wrong with that. But which is a better expression? Bring forth is a better expression. Here you have to choose the better one. I hope you got it. I will tell the exact meaning of bring forth. Please go to the next question in the meantime. Bring forth, it also talks about giving birth, bringing out, but in my opinion, nothing wrong with bring out. Please remember, better expression you have to decide. Based on that, it should be. What is this? The moment you see the more, you should become alert. You have to think of, yes, Mr. Shivam, you're right, parallel expression. The more electricity you use, only one option has the. Within no time, you can select the correct option. You can save your time. The more electricity you use, the higher your bill will be, obviously. And here, the more, the higher. That is parallel expression. The rich parents decided to send their two sons to Eton, the stronghold of the rich. It is not parents of the rich, ancestry ruled out. You have to decide between the third option and the fourth option. Question number 27. Obviously, it is not pedigree. Pedigree goes more with animals, especially dogs. Answer is progeny. The stronghold of the progeny of the rich, the descendants of the rich. Very good. Fourth option, correct. Perfect. She stood the crowd quite amazed. Amazed means surprised a lot. Amazed, astonished, surprised, flabbergasted. What is this, Ayush? This is based on a standard expression. Yes, it is not, some students have chosen the third option. No, it is a standard expression, standard phrase. Standard phrase. In the crowd, he is in the crowd, he stood out in the crowd. We use a preposition in. Within is ruled out, into is ruled out. Some students must have thought crowd means many people, so we have to use the word among. No. In English, we have standard phrases. In the crowd, that is a standard phrase. I appreciate those who have selected the first option. This is rather easy, should not be that difficult. The magnificent temple was constructed by the Chinese. Please mention the question number. Yes, Shivam, you got it right. Here we have the noun. What is a noun? temple. And before that, whatever you have, adjectives. We cannot use adjectives in the plural form. Based on that, ruled out. You cannot use a possessive form, ruled out. What is the answer? 8th century old temple was constructed by the Chinese. Answer is the fourth option. Very simple. This is a bit difficult. You got to read very carefully. There were two small rooms in the beach house, served as a kitchen. No, we don't use smallest. Chandu has responded, and Ayushi, two students have responded. I want more students to respond. This is not an easy one. You got to read very carefully. No, here actually we don't use the personal pronoun in the object form. We don't use a personal pronoun in the object form. We have to use a relative pronoun. Based on that, answer is we don't use the smallest, superlative, here comparative. The smaller of which served as a kitchen. Them is a personal pronoun in the object form. Here we cannot use them. We have to use the relative pronoun which, the smaller of which served as a kitchen. Madhu has not been able to recall where. This is not that difficult. You should be able to answer effortlessly. But do mention the question number 31. No one has answered. Here we cannot use who is this Akshay, how to prepare English for English preparation for SSC exam. I will answer that question. Madhu has not been able to recall where she lived. Here we cannot use interrogative form. We have to use affirmative form. Already there is a clause here. Madhu has not been able to recall where she lived. I don't know how a lot of students have chosen, except Bharat. I think all others have chosen. Shivam also, B, second option. That is correct. Only two students, or the third one, fourth one, yes. You cannot use the interrogative form. This is also interrogative. Madhu has not been able to recall where lived the girl. No. Where she lived, that is right. Exactly, where she lived. You understand the context. Mad if you think I'm going to show my answer sheet. How to become good at English when it comes to SSC? You have to know there are three dimensions when it comes to English. Any competitive exam, one is grammar, second is vocabulary, third is reading comprehension skill. Grammar easy. You need 2 months to master English grammar. First, you master, learn the concepts and rules, and you have to become good at 200 grammar rules. After that, vocabulary. When it comes to SSC, this is an ocean. You have to spend a lot of time and you have to learn at least 10,000 effective words. There are so many sources in the market. This is again very important, the deciding factor. You have to read every day the Hindu paper, any English newspaper, best the Hindu, then you become good at reading comprehension skill. If you do these, you become good at English and you will get maximum when it comes to English section. You must be mad. Which option have you chosen? Yes. You are supposed to be not correct, will be not correct, ought to be not correct. Must be, what is a function? It is used to make a deduction about present. Deduction about present. Must be, you must be mad. That is a deduction about the present. If I hadn't come along that moment, while designing, there was a problem. If I hadn't come along at that moment, Rahim, the one arrested instead of the real thief. This is a good question. Yes, Shivam, you got it right. Kaushar also. After that, I see Anisha, Anvesha, all these. Here, the moment you see the word if, you have to become alert and you have to think of conditionals. How do you decide which conditional? You have to look at the main clause. Here, main clause, you have may have been, can have been, could have been. Then you have to understand it goes with, and also if clause, you have past perfect. Based on that, you can decide it is past conditional. Past conditional, if clause, we use past perfect tense, and main clause, usually we use would plus have plus verb, past participle form. But sometimes, based on the context, in place of would, we use might, we use could have been, might have been, or may have been. Now you have to decide based on the context. If I hadn't come along at that moment, there was a possibility for Rahim to get arrested. There was a possibility in the past, but it did not happen. Then we have to use could have been. Based on that answer, it is not might been, it is not may have been, not can have been. It is could have been arrested. Could have been arrested. That is in past. It talks about the past possibility and it is in passive voice. Exactly. Past conditional. Perfect. Wheat is not native to India and barley. Wheat is not native to India and barley what? Yes, answer is the first option. No, no. Here is not. We have to use the same pattern. Wheat is not native, barley is not. So you have to use the same pattern. Based on that, ruled out, ruled out. You cannot use the word neither. It should be the first one. Wheat is not native to India and barley is not either. That is the answer. You cannot use is not neither. Two negative expressions cannot be used. It will rain soon. An easy one should not be a problem. It will rain soon. What is a helping verb? It is future tense will. Affirmative. Here we have to use will not short form. What is it? Won't. And the subject it. Answer is the first option, very first option. Not relevant, not relevant. This is a common error. A lot of people say, isn't it? Not correct. Based on the tense, you have to use the question tag. No, no, it is not the third option. It is the first option. My book is the new one. Is a torn one. This can be tear. It can be tear. If you use it as a verb tear, then tear, tore, torn. But as a noun, this is a noun. Tear, tears rolling down. 36. Usually it is at 7:30, but 28th, that is today, 29th, 30th, for 3 days, 4 p.m. But after that, usual time is 7:30 p.m. Every day 7:30 p.m., but only these 3 days, today, tomorrow, and day after, 4 p.m. My book is a new one. Your book would have been better, but you don't see book here. The book of you, not at all correct. Yours is the torn one. Answer is the third option. Have you chosen the third option? Yes. They need not worry. That's it. What is a question tag? But you got to be careful. Here we have a negative. The sentence is a negative. Then in the question tag, we should not use the word not. That you have to recollect. So need they. You have to repeat the verb need, and you have to repeat the subject they. Answer is the fourth option. No, no, all of you, those who have gone for other options, do remember when you see the word not in the sentence, do remember in the question tag, you should not use the word not. Based on that, this is ruled out, this is ruled out, this is ruled out. Only one option stands out. That is the answer. As simple as that. He is indifferent. He is indifferent to what? Usually we say this is based on fixed preposition or preposition combination. Yes, indifferent takes a preposition to. He is indifferent to praise and blame. That means what? He is stoic. Remember the word stoic, stoicism. Indifferent to pleasures and pains. King George V's accession. The throne was celebrated with great pomp. Pomp and vigor means a lot of showing off, show off. Excuse me. No one has answered question number 39. How come? Yes, Anisha has got it right. Accession to the throne. For the throne, no. With no. Against, ruled out. But there's something important here. What is it? If you please listen very carefully, if you take the verb accede, it has two different meanings. One meaning, approve or agree or give the consent. If that is the meaning, it takes a preposition to. The other one, to assume or to get power or authority. If this is a meaning, you cannot use a preposition to. I will give two examples, then you understand. He has acceded to my proposal. Answer my question, is the sentence right or wrong? He has acceded to my proposal. He has acceded to the throne First one, nothing wrong. He has acceded to my proposal. Means what? He has approved. The sentence is correct. Answer my question. This is very important. He has acceded to the throne. Is this right or wrong? Second one, second one. Second one has been given in many exams. I have written clearly. Accede, if you convey the meaning to assume power, to get power or authority, then we should not use a preposition to. You have to say he has acceded the throne, then it is correct. No, no. Second one is wrong. You cannot use a preposition to. Please listen carefully. This has been given in many exams. No, no need of any preposition. He has acceded the throne. That's it. That's enough. You don't have to use a preposition to. I hope you guys got it. Second one is wrong. We cannot use a preposition to. We are all very indignant. That's an important word. Indignant means what? Very angry or annoyed because of the unfair treatment given to you. You have not been treated in a fair manner. You have been treated unfairly. Then you get annoyed, you get agitated. Then we use the word indignant. We are all very indignant. Then you cannot use angry, indignant for the injustice, indignant at the injustice, indignant to the injustice. It should be at fourth option, indignant at the injustice done to him, not to. We here the subject is we. We are all very indignant to the injustice. No, no, indignant at the injustice done to him. I hope you guys got it. Answer is a fourth option, not any other option. Yes. Indignant at something. That is a combination. This is easy. The easiest one you have got so many times, but an important one goes with hypothetical wishes, conditions, desires. If she were, though we have third person singular as a subject, we have to use were. If she were a bird, she would fly. They have given this in many exams. More or less the same sentence. This is a little tricky. Question number 43. A little careful. Question number 43. Answer is the fourth option. It talks about the season. Fall down, one meaning, it looks like nothing wrong with that. But contextually speaking, it talks about leaves. Leaves fall off, and that is known as fall off. So, based on that, we have to use the fourth option, not the first option. Yes, fall off in autumn. Autumn and silent, British English. Americans don't use the word autumn, they use the word fall, fall season. Based on that, because the leaves fall, they use the word fall season. Canada does not require that US citizens obtain passports to enter the country. And Focus on the pattern. Canada does not require. You have got a similar sentence, similar question. No, no, already have got a similar one. Does not, same pattern you have to use. Does not either. See here, Canada does not require and Mexico does not either. Same pattern, already have got one question. If you guys remember, answer is the second option. A person who, on his own effort, has the best chance to win. This is an easy one, should not be a problem. 45. A person who makes on his does not make any sense, puts on his own effort, relies on his own effort. Rely means what? Depend. A person who depends on his own efforts will get success. A person who relies on his own effort, obviously answer is the third option. An easy one. Each time he tried to climb the tree, he failed to, thus then so this. Easy, should not be a problem. Yes, each time he tried to climb the tree, he failed to do so. Answer is the third option. All these are irrelevant, you cannot consider. This is a bit difficult, not easy. Be careful. Question number 47, you have to read, and this is based on contextual awareness, context. Understand the context. For all his, he is a health player not related. Take elimination approach. Tricks cheat, again not related. They should be contrasting. We need contrasting words. No, no, no. For all his stupidity is a fool. There's no contrast. Bharat has got it right. For all his wealth, he's very rich. In spite of that, he is a miser. See here, contrast. We need a pair that shows contrast. Health player nowhere related. Tricks cheat, same, one and the same. Stupidity fool, one and the same. But wealthy, rich, miser, contrast, opposite. Answer is the first option. In a classroom, students are to be trained to love. This is again based on grammar rule. You should be able to answer any question based on grammar rule, easy to answer. Any question based on the context, not easy to answer. Oh, already has so Bharat has answered. Very good. Within no time. Here, students, that is a clue for you. Two, we use each other. And more than two, we use one another. Based on that, one another is the answer. 48, third option. Very good. 49 I have not displayed. How come 49, Murli? I am still with 40. I've just done 48. Now 49. Exactly. Reciprocal. Pronoun. Very good, Miss Shivam Chauhan. Reciprocal pronouns, two in number, each other, one another. Can you see question number 49? 48 is over. Now you have to answer 49. Bharat says 49, third one. Let others also respond. Mr. Obi put his whole life, the work. Yes, Rajput also says the third option. Answer is the third option. Mr. Obi put his whole life on the work, in the work, into the work, into something, into the work. The man was, this is a ridiculous one, but still you have to answer. The man was, his deafness. Why will he be rewarded for his deafness? This is the most ridiculous option. Cured of seems right. Convicted, not at all relevant. Convict goes with crime. Deafness, being deaf, a defect, not a crime. Saved it? No. The man was cured of his deafness. The answer is that. This is ease. He is the talk. '51, what is the answer? Yes. He is the talk of the town. Tomorrow you get selected, you will become the talk of the town. Everyone will talk about you. It's a standard expression. Talk of the town. Idiomatic expression. Here one word is missing. Let me add in. Gandhiji will, in history, as one of the greatest men that ever lived. Oh, you guys got it right. 51. Please go to 52. Yes, very good. Here, go by is not correct. Go on is not correct. Go through, no. Go through we cannot use. It should be go down in history. That's a standard expression. Standard expression. He will go down in history as the greatest person, as the greatest ruler. Answer is the third option. Only a few students have got it right. Oh, I'm surprised. Answer is the third one. Good evening, Pavani. Uh, very late, but no problem. Go down in history, a standard phrase, a standard expression. All the applicants and the results will be announced next week. All the applicants what? All the applicants rank does not make any sense. Yes, all the applicants are to be ranked. Is it active voice or passive voice? They are to rank all the applicants. This is active voice. They are to rank all the applicants. All the applicants are to be ranked by them. By them we don't mention. Passive voice. Answer is the third option. Not easy. This is a difficult question in my opinion. The speaker did not properly space out his speech, but went on one point only. It is passive. You're right. The speaker did not properly space out his speech, but went on one point only. Yes. Went on avoiding? No. Devoting? No. Decrying? No. Went on stressing one point only. And here you have to recollect common error, stress on, not correct. Stress, no preposition after that. Tourists always enjoyed. Tourists always enjoyed what? This is a little tricky. You have to be a little careful to answer this one. Emphasizing, yes. No. The tourists always enjoyed. Yes, Bharat has got it right. Shivam has got it right. Rohit also. It is not enjoyed to watch. Ask the question, enjoyed what? You need a noun. Here, watching verb ing form used as a noun, then what do you call it? Gerund. Tourists always enjoyed watching the setting sun in the Darjeeling hills. We don't use the verb see, we use the verb watch and watching. It is not the first one, it is the second one. This is a question of the day. If you get this right, you should be happy. 56. No one has answered. A of Japanese artists stepped off the coach amidst a warm welcome. This is a very good question. Very good, Shivam, Chandu. Answer is a second option. Troop usually goes with soldiers, army, but here it talks about artists. Then we have to use the word troop. Here, troop means artists who go from one town to another town for to give the performance. Then we use the word troop, troop of artists. Band goes with musicians. Band is not correct. Band goes with musicians. But here it is about artists. Gang is a negative word you cannot use. So, what is the answer? I appreciate all those students who have chosen the second option. Today, students should be reconciled. This is also a difficult one, not easy. Reconcile does not take the preposition with, it takes a preposition to. Reconcile to the fact that. Please look at the options very carefully. Unfortunately, with is also right. You can use either this or that. I don't know which option have you chosen. Please answer. Reconcile with. Yes, it is right. We also use to, but first option with, reconcile with the way things are changing. But do remember, we also use a preposition to. I think reconcile to something, reconcile with someone. I will confirm. Please go to the next question. Question number 58. Ramappa as a mayor of the town, and he will assume charge this Friday. Yes, Pavani, first one to respond, 58. I think Bharat also has responded. He is elected. You cannot say Ramappa elected. No, it should be in passive voice. Here, is it active voice or passive voice? Present tense passive voice. He is elected. It could be a fact, it could be headline. It should have been in past passive voice, but it is in present passive voice. You cannot use other options. He is elected is the answer. As he proved inefficient, the company, he proved inefficient. That means an employee and he has worked, he proved inefficient. Based on that, you have to decide. The company, oh, it should have been here, not here. I'm sorry about that. Him. As he proved inefficient, the company evicted. We don't use the word evicted here. No. Evicted. No, no. Why should we use the word evicted? 59. No, initially it is accept, reject. Already he has worked. No, no, you cannot use. He has been expelled. Answer is a fourth option. He proved inefficient, so he has been, the company expelled him, terminated his services. Answer is a fourth option. Yes. Most people are influenced by, I think this is the last one. No, we have some more. Most people are influenced by advertisements and tend to believe the claims made about the product. Advertisements. Question number 60. Excuse me. Answer is the first option. Colorful advertisements. Not aggressive, not efficient, not vigorous. People get attracted to colorful ads. They get influenced. No, no. Repel is opposite of attract. Pavani. Attract, repel, not expel. You must have read. There is a saying, what is it? Like poles repel, opposite poles attract. Repel, attract. Here the word is expel, to send out. Not aggressive, it is colorful. This is an easy one, should not be a problem. The cost of what is rising rapidly in this city? You can answer effortlessly. Yes, answer is The fourth option, a standard expression, what is it? Cost of living. Cost of living. 1 second, you should be able to answer. Let me see how many questions are there. Oh, fine. We still have so many questions to do. What is the question number? So, shall I spend? Do you want to work on some more questions? Or shall I wind up the session? The cost of living? Or you can answer quickly. Yes, Mishra. 62. The meeting is put off because the funds have not arrived. Put off means what? Postpone. We'll do quickly to the extent possible till 5:30. I have a session after that. So 5:30, 9 minutes. Let's see how many we can do. It is if we can organize another exam this month. Question number 63. One more question. That is good. That is a spirit. What is answer 63? But unlikely we have to use that. It is unlikely that. You cannot use unsure. No. It is doubtful. Answer is the first option. It is doubtful if we can organize another exam. Unlikely, acceptable, but you have to use the word that. You don't see that. She was relieved to hear from the doctor that the tumor was not malignant. It was. This question is based on antonyms in a way. Malignant means something bad. Opposite, it should be good, means harmless. So, what is the right word? This question is based on vocabulary. If you know the word, an easy question. Yes. She was relieved to hear from the doctor that the tumor was not malignant, it was benign or benign, means harmless, good. Malignant opposite, this one. So it is a question based on antonyms in a way. It took the child a long time to recover the shock. What is the correct preposition that goes with this context? And also the word recover. Yes, recover under the shock, recover from the shock. Obviously, you don't have to look at other options. Recover from the shock, from the shock. Recover from the shock. You have all come well prepared. You to pass this exam. Again, easy, not that difficult. You have all come. Usually we say you all have come. Typical expression. No, no, no. Answer is Mishra has got it right. I expect you to pass this exam. Expect because you have come well prepared. Then it is not wish. This is ruled out. It is not hope. Because you are well prepared, I expect you to pass this exam. Last option. Question number 67. I very much. This is only to confuse. The focus should be on like to. Then what do you say? I can like to. I should like to. I might like to. Or I would like to. We use would like to. Means what? Want to. And would like to is very polite. I would like to see the manager. No, would is the answer. A partial victory is sometimes all we can hope to. An easy one based on the context. A partial victory is sometimes all we can hope to. Question number 68. Yes, gain easy answer. Hamid in Mumbai for 3 years when his parents came to visit. This is also a very difficult question. If you answer this correctly, you should be happy. No, it is not has been. Has lived, had lived, was living. Here, something happened in the past. That time, something had been going on for some time. And there's a clue for you. For 3 years, this is time period. When you see the time period, you have to use past perfect continuous. Based on that, had been living. That's why I said this is a tough question, not easy to answer. Had been living. Yes, then you got it right, Mishra. There's a last question. I have to rush after that. Next, tomorrow we can see remaining questions. I'll bring more. I have little time, so I can tell you only how. Shortly, briefly, little of, briskly. Brisk means fast. See, I don't have a lot of time. I can tell you only. Briefly is the right word. Not little of what he said. I can tell you briefly. I can tell you in brief. Another expression. Briefly is the right word. That's all for today. Other questions you can see I will bring tomorrow. Thanks for being with me almost 1.5 hours. I appreciate the way you responded. Good. Tomorrow also I'll try to bring 70 to 75 questions. Very useful.